welcome back to another episode of Lynchburg Sees Us. You got Tawana and Catherine and some lovely friends of ours today to talk to you guys about their group, Lynchburg Student Rise. So I'm super excited today to hear what they have to say. I've heard about them, a lot of other people have, but we get to hear firsthand from them today. So I'm so excited that you guys are here joining us. You guys are part of our community, our students. We get to see your faces, and we're super excited. So starting, the first question that I have for you guys will be, what is your name and what is the role in the Lynchburg Student Rise? So for you all, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Jadion Colmore, and I am the founder and director of Lynchburg Students Rise.
And y'all can continue if y'all want to talk more about yourselves.
Hi, I am Desiree Younger, and I am the president of the Heritage Branch of Lynchburg Students Rise.
My name is Addie Sutton, and I am the vice president of the EC Glass Branch.
My name is Sierra Yule. I'm the vice president of the Heritage Branch.
My name is Lily Wood, and I am the interim officer.
My name is Elijah Smith, and I am the secretary.
My name is Sierra Monroe, and I'm the recruitment of the Heritage Branch.
All righty. Did everybody hear the last person? Because I know the computer was messing up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we did.
All right. So again, that was Sierra for those of you that didn't get to hear her. All right. So thank you guys so much for introducing yourselves. We're super excited again to hear from you guys.
All right, I'll lead us in with our next question. So I would love to know, and I think our audience viewers would love to know, first of all, what is Lynchburg Students Rise? How did this happen?
Lynchburg Students Rise is a group created by students for students. A lot of times students of not just Lynchburg, but all over are undermined because we're young. And we kind of want to put a stop to that and bring awareness to this issue and say that we do have feelings, we do have opinions, and we feel certain types of ways. And we would like not only the public, but also parents and teachers and administration to realize that as well. How it began, one night I was on the phone with one of my friend's parents, and she told me that her daughter was crying because she couldn't go out and support her Black friends at protests because they became violent and turned into riots. And I was really sad to hear that, to the point where the story actually made me cry. So I was like, how can I help make it safe for kids not only my age but also younger to come out and protest? And that night I put a bunch of ideas down on a sticky note, and I called that parent back, as well as another good friend of mine's parent, and we set up a meeting that next morning for coffee. And we ended up meeting and planning everything out, how we would have our first event, what Lynchburg Students Rise would look like, and how things would happen. And ever since that day, it's been a very, very fun time with this group of people, and I love working with every single one of them.
That is fantastic. I have seen y'all out there. I've seen it. I am excited about what you're doing in the community. Miss Mason, did you want to lead them with their next question?
Absolutely. I'm taking notes. So you guys may not personally know me, but you had me at sticky notes and coffee. I'm like, this is my group of people right here. I found my tribe. So clearly, like, the past few months have been game changers for us as a local community, but of course, nationally and abroad, real talk. So how are you doing? Like, how have the recent events with COVID and, George Floyd, like, affected you personally? Like, obviously it's moved you enough to create a whole movement within your city, right? But how are you doing personally?
Personally, with COVID going on, I've been mentally struggling because I tend to get in my head a lot when I'm alone and stuff. And I like to be very friendly and connect with people. And I've been having minimal human contact. I've been stuck in a house doing nothing, which is kind of sad because I love to be on the go. I'm a very adventurous person. And with the George Floyd situation, it's very scary. Like, it's like every month or every other day is something happening where innocent life is being taken from a person of color. And it just makes me sad. And my mom, she's very scared because I drive now. So she tells me, like, okay, if you get pulled over, just do what you say, put your hands up. Like, she's scared that something bad is going to happen if I potentially get pulled over. So, yeah, it's been a struggle, really.
Mm-hmm. So how, if I may follow up, all of those things completely normal, just to affirm you in that. What are some ways that you've found to cope with that and, you know, keep yourself encouraged? And obviously you have a whole community that you're leading. So how do you keep yourself encouraged?
I talk to a counselor weekly, so she helps me with things. We do meditation things together to keep me calm and stuff. And I don't know if anyone's religious, but I read the Bible too. So
Good for you. Hey, this is a safe space for that because this is the opportunity we want to hear. Lynchburg sees and hears you. So yes, you get to say what you do. That was the question. So thank you so much for sharing that. And that is beautiful. I support all of the above. Absolutely.
All righty. So share some of the most recent events that Lynchburg Student Rise has participated in or organized.
Lynchburg Students Rise organized a Amplified and United kickoff event, which was essentially getting Lynchburg Students Rise off the ground and getting our name out there and letting the public know who we are, what we want, and um, essentially letting them see us. And we also had a peaceful protest on June 13th. And sadly, due to COVID, the, our number one priority is the safety of not only the public, but also ourselves and our family members and friends. So when we would look at the cases, we would monitor them closely. And if there were spikes, because there were very many spikes this summer, if there were spikes, we would cancel our events, which we have had to do. And sadly, we didn't have any more events after those two, but we have some great things in the works that we are planning for when COVID levels settle down a little and or it we just have time to ourselves. We have lots of great things planned. We spoke at a event hosted by Black Lives Matter Lynchburg, Virginia, at Miller Park, and we were just invited to speak this Friday at 7 o'clock um, at a at Humankind with a group called The Listening. Um, we will be speaking on there on Friday, and yeah, so we have very many things planned.
Thank you so much for sharing about that. We'll be sure to make sure like we share about you guys' event on Friday. So thanks for sharing. And I'm excited for what's to come because you keep saying there's some great things. So know that we're going to be watching and anything that we can help with or post, let us know, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's see. I have Friday the 21st in the calendar, hosted by The Listening. Whoop, whoop, another Lynchburg Sees Us. So tell me more about your vision, because I mean, when you start on fire like this, right? The next question is, so where do we go from here? What's your vision for the group?
So
Is Yeah, okay. I just making sure you're still here.
Yeah, okay. So Lynchburg Students Rise is really working on helping students get through this online learning process because it's going to be very hard for many students. And we are really trying to make sure that schools are constantly reaching out to help students with if they're having difficulties learning or just with mental health. Because it's going to be a really hard time for a lot of students. And we're really trying hard to expand and grow branches in middle schools and also in other schools in the area as well.
Um, Branching off of what Sierra said, we are 100% focusing on the mental, physical, and emotional health of all students, as well as teachers and as well as administration. We are going to be serving as the bridge between teachers, students, and administration. Um, we want to take the issues of the student body and take them directly to administration and teachers. And we all work together as a team to see how we can solve these problems and find solutions for them. We are branching off into middle schools at this moment. We have our high school branches already set up. We just met with potential board members yesterday, and they will be finalized and announced very, very soon. I'm very excited to bring these new people on our team. They are a very trustworthy people and very good advocates. Um, so we will be working directly, and every emotion that the students feel will go out and we'll say, hey, is this working for you? How is this affecting you at home? Like, are you struggling? Then we'll take that information and take it to the teachers and say, hey, this is how we're feeling. This is what's going on. Then we'll take it to our administration, as well as Dr. Edwards. We started a student advisory board with her, and we meet once a month, and we'll take that information to her as well so she can kind of look back and see what she can do on her part to help everybody out.
That is absolutely beautiful. I'm so impressed and I always have to make that personal plug though, as a product of Lynchburg, Virginia and Lynchburg City Schools, I am truly honored to know that my children have students like yourselves, for examples, because that is a beautiful vision. And I love the way you created that analogy for me as a bridge. Like it made everything seamless and go together for me. Beautiful job.
Yes, I agree. I am in love with the fact that you guys are taking ownership of your own voices, because so often we see these decisions, even regarding recent events of school closures, where we're making these big decisions and I don't see students at the table making those decisions. So I am so proud of you guys for being a part of the decision-making process. What advice would you give to those who don't have that same courage that you have right now? Like, what if there's a student who feels needs to see a change made? What advice would you give to them to give themselves more confidence to be an agent of change in the community?
Um, I'll speak for Lavon, who sadly couldn't be here. Um, she said, you are never too young to make a change. We're taught to be quiet and let the adults make all the choices and go along. But this generation is different, needs to be different. You're never too young to raise your voice and speak your opinion. You and your opinions are valid and could help make a real change. Don't ever be scared to not follow the leader and go your own way. You choose what to believe in, no one else. And she asked that I insert our slogan, which is there's people at tables making decisions for us and about us. It's time we pull up some chairs.
And if I could
Lily?
branch off of that, yeah, if I could branch off of that, I said our impact on the community and issues that we're passionate about is so much bigger than stronger than we realize. We live in a world where we have to experience some really scary things, such as, racism and sexism, homophobia, and we have to learn about those and sometimes experience them at a really young age. And if we're young enough to have to live through them, then we're young enough to do something about it. And so I think that our age group is one that's so strong and determined to make a change and not let things get pushed under the rug anymore.
Yeah, my advice to any child or preteen or teen is to just not give up. A voice is a voice regardless of age. Young people can change the world, and we are the next generation of change. We need young voices right now, and now is the time to do so. And I just don't think any student should feel discouraged, or they shouldn't let anybody tell them that you can't have a voice, because it doesn't, regardless of age, you can have an opinion.
Yes, just because it's a young idea doesn't mean it's not a good idea.
Yes, I'm like, stop. Like she said, a voice is a voice no matter how old you are. Like, I'm about to hang that in my classroom. That is so powerful. I love it.
I love it. I'm loving all of it. I'm like, I don't want to overtalk or step. Y'all are the truth. I love it. I love it. Even the resistance that you get, like, you guys are like, no, we have a voice. No, we can make our decisions. I love it so much. So you guys, moving on to the last question of today. How can interested community members, teachers, or students join in your efforts?
For those that wish to help out, we are collecting donations as of like snacks. We are no longer collecting waters, though. We have way too many of those. But we are collecting snacks. We have a GoFundMe, and we are also accepting student membership applications. So if you know of someone or you would like to donate or fill out an application, please contact me at essmithlsretg@gmail.com. And also just spreading the word can help.
Adding to that, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Lynchburg Students Rise. You can visit our website at lynchburgstudentsrise.com and on Twitter at Students Rise, as well as you can email us at lynchburgstudentsrise at gmail.com. As he said, we are always looking for new members. And if you are a teacher and you want to help out with this issue, just find a teacher in your school who there may already be a teacher sponsor. We have a couple at Dunbar that we've just announced. And we have some teacher sponsors in place. And if you are a teacher and you want to help out, get alongside those teacher sponsors, get on their team, really be dedicated to the students and help us out and help us help you, essentially. We're really excited for the announcements that we're going to be making over the next week.
Thank y'all so much for sharing that.
Thank you for having us. We are so happy to be here.
I cannot give you guys enough kudos and applause because I am literally going to walk out of this place today feeling so encouraged because you guys being a part of this Zoom experience right now is affirmation as to why we do what we do as educators, as parents, as volunteers, and just partnering with the next generation. Everything that we need is already in us, and you guys are showing us that. Because I love it. What was it? Just because it's a young idea doesn't mean it's not a good idea, right? So you guys just keep on keeping on, and I look forward to tapping into more of Lynchburg Students Rise as we proceed. So congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much.